Imagine standing in front of someone, not a crowd, not a stage, not a room full of people, just one person. And still, something strange happens. Your throat tightens, your voice changes. Your mind starts searching for words that were there seconds ago. And now they're gone. You know what you want to say, but the moment you're supposed to say it, your body reacts as if something is wrong. Your heart climbs, your breathing gets shallow, your face gets warm. And for a second, speaking doesn't feel like communication. It feels like danger. That feeling is not random, and it does not mean you are weak. It means your brain is running an ancient program. Because for most of human history, communication was never just talking. Communication was survival. A wrong word could cost you trust. A bad reaction could lower your place in the group. Being rejected did not just feel embarrassing. For your ancestors, rejection could mean death. No group, no protection, no food, no backup, just you, alone, in a world where humans were not built to survive alone. So your brain learned something very deeply. Being accepted is safety. Being rejected is threat. And that is why a normal conversation can feel like a test. Not because the situation is actually dangerous, but because your nervous system is asking questions older than language itself. Am I safe? Are they judging me? Do I belong here? What if I say the wrong thing? Most people think they are afraid of speaking, but that is not exactly true. They are afraid of what speaking might reveal, that they are awkward, that they are nervous, that they are not funny enough, smart enough, confident enough, interesting enough. So they start avoiding. They stay quiet when they have something to say. They type instead of calling. They laugh when they do not find it funny. They agree when they do not actually agree. And every time they avoid speaking, something happens in the brain. It does not learn. Speaking is safe. It learns. Good. We escaped. That is the trap. Avoidance feels like relief in the moment, but over time, it becomes a prison. First, you avoid big conversations. Then, you avoid small ones. Asking a question. Starting a conversation. Saying no. Giving your opinion. Holding eye contact for 1 second longer. And eventually, you start calling it your personality. I'm just quiet. I'm bad with people. I'm not a speaker. I'm not made for this. But often, that is not your personality. That is training. Training in the wrong direction. Your brain has been trained to believe silence is safer than expression. So the goal is not to become loud. The goal is to teach your body that speaking is not a threat. And this is where most advice gets it wrong. People say, just be confident. Just talk to strangers. Just get out of your comfort zone. But your nervous system does not learn safety through force. It learns safety through repeated evidence. Small moments, low pressure, again and again. So you start smaller than your ego wants. Say one extra sentence at the store. Ask one simple question. Instead of only saying thanks, say, thanks, have a good day. Not because that sentence changes your life, but because your brain is collecting data. Every small conversation becomes proof. I spoke and nothing terrible happened. I was nervous and I survived. My voice shook and the world did not end. I was seen and I was still safe. That is how communication improves. Not by waiting until you feel ready, but by teaching your body slowly that readiness comes after action. Because communication is not a talent some people are born with and others are missing. It is a muscle. And like every muscle, it grows through repetition, through tension, through discomfort, through not running away. The fear of speaking does not disappear because you think about it long enough. It gets smaller every time you speak before you feel completely ready. Because in the end, communication is not really about finding perfect words. It is about allowing yourself to be visible. And maybe that is why it feels so terrifying. Not because you have nothing to say, but because some part of you learned that staying invisible was safer. But safety is not the same as freedom. And sometimes a different life begins with one sentence you say while your voice is still shaking.